Anybody? The myth of a perfect family. So we already know that there is absolutely, positively no perfect family anywhere, right? So you can that out the window. So you can take all your expectations and maybe even all your failures that you feel like your family is, and you can throw it out the window, correct? You take it and you just get rid of it. You've walked around and you said, man, my family's just a bunch of rejects. Well, guess what? So's everybody else's. Isn't that awesome? Number two, we learned how that sometimes our parents expect a little bit out of us. But really what it is it's not so much that their expectations are set real high, it's the fact that we're not communicating with one another, correct? That if we would learn to communicate with our parents, we would learn to get along with our parents, we would learn to talk to our parents, then things might come a little easier at home, right? Instead of just getting mad and walking to your bedroom and shutting the door, and turn your radio wide open, and then your dad comes in and it's like, turn the radio down, all night long, right? Eventually he's kicking the door in, pulling his belt off, getting wicked on you, right? Right? Sounds like who's dad? Who said that? Huh? We'll pray for y'all. There's abuse involved, don't tell me about it. So we learned that if you would start to communicate and you would start to get along, and maybe things would go a little smoother at home, right? So when next time your dad tells you, your mom tells you, hey, look, I need you to do the dishes, you're like, okay, I'll do them. 2 hours later, they come back through and every dish is still sitting on the counter. The fact of the matter is you need to stop them and say, I don't mean to be smart, but when exactly do I need to do these? Because I got something that I need to do. Is that okay first? Because I promise you, if you take that initiative with your mom and dad, and you be like, hey, do I have to do it right now? I promise I'll get to it later. I get a little bit of homework. Or maybe I got to go call Seth. Or maybe little buddy's got to go, I got to go hunting with little buddy. Everybody got their dart. Right? So maybe if you communicate with your parents, maybe they'll loosen up just a little bit and they'll say, you know what, you can, as long as you do them tonight, just get them done tonight before you go to bed, it's fine with me. Right? Now most of these parents, are probably going to be that way. Some of you go back, no, I said do it right now, do it right now. So what do? You do it right then. The key is they're going to say, no, I told you to do it right now. The key is to not do this. That's key, not to do that. And hold your breath. Because guess what? The second you hold your breath with me, I'm going to be looking for the man in blue next. Because you're just going to be holding it. Because that don't work with me. You're kicking your feet, you're stomping your hands, you're whining, you're crying. Body language. Body language is key. So whenever you start to talk to your parents, don't just throw your arms up and be like, well, look. You be like, hey, I understand you want me to do this, and that's fine. I'm willing to do it. But can we talk about this? Can we talk about just what's going on? What's going on in my life right now? Let me just share with you how busy I am. And maybe they'll understand. Maybe they won't. I'm just trying to open up lines of communication. I feel like a lot of times when you begin to communicate with your parents and your authority figures, that you begin to see doors open up and you begin to see things changed. I may be wrong, but that's just the way I feel. Which brings us to tonight's topic. Authority and rebellion. So many of you in here have a problem with authority. And you don't even know why you have a problem with authority. We know, Michael. You don't have to raise your hand. This message is geared to you tonight. Specifically for Michael Collins. You have such a problem with authority and you don't even know why. You know what the sad thing is? There's a lot of us adults that have a problem with authority too. And we don't understand why. We just don't. Listen, Michael, let me just clarify something real quick with you, Bubba. Okay, you ain't as bad and tough as you think you are, or as you want us to think you are. That's the problem with authority. Let's be real tonight, okay? And I don't mean to just single Michael out, but let's be real. Let's take our mask off and set them aside right now, okay? Let's do away with that big bad, rough and tough, I'm gonna blow your house down attitude. Because listen, that crap stops right here with me. That's what you get out of me with that. You know why? Because ain't none of you had a worse attitude than I've ever had in my life. Ain't none of you ever had an attitude as bad as I have. Okay? It's just like we were talking a while ago about UFC fights. It's so retarded because they don't win anything. They just get to say, hey, I'm the baddest. Well, crap, I can walk around and say I'm the baddest. Hey, listen, I'm the baddest. I just said that. I have the worst attitude. I just said that. So obviously I do, right? I'm the roughest, I'm the toughest, I'm the coolest, I'll beat you down.